Imagine your government is broke, bills are piling up, people are suffering, and sitting right there in a giant building downtown is a machine that can print money. So why doesn't someone just walk in, flip the switch and fix everything? It sounds obvious. So obvious it makes you wonder if the people in charge are lying to you. But the real answer is far stranger than that. It reaches into something invisible, the hidden architecture of trust itself. Money is not wealth. Money is a promise. When you hold a banknote, you are not holding value. You're holding a slip of paper that says, everyone in this society agrees this is worth something. The moment they stop agreeing, it is worth nothing. It is just paper. Now think about what happens when you print more of it. If there are 100 apples in a market and $100 in circulation, each apple costs roughly $1. Now you print another $100. There are still only 100 apples, but now $200 are chasing them. Each apple costs $2. You didn't create wealth. You just spread the same amount of wealth thinner across more paper. This is inflation. And at low levels, inflation is manageable. But when governments print aggressively, something else happens. People stop trusting the promise. Germany learned this the hard way. After the First World War, the Weimar Republic began printing money to cover its debts. By 1923, it took over 4 billion marks to equal a single American dollar. Wheelbarrows of cash couldn't buy a loaf of bread. People burned banknotes for heat because the paper was worth more as fuel than as currency. Economist Adam Ferguson documented this collapse in detail, and what he found wasn't just economic ruin. It was social disintegration. Trust between people broke down. The middle class was wiped out almost overnight. But here's the part your intuition misses. When a government prints money, it is making a choice about who pays for it. And the answer is everyone who holds cash, every person with savings, every worker on a fixed wage. The cost doesn't fall evenly. It falls hardest on the people with the fewest assets. The wealthy, who hold land and stocks and real things, are insulated because their wealth rises in price along with everything else. Economist Raghuram Rajan documented this effect clearly. Printing money, even when framed as a rescue, quietly transfers wealth from the poor to those who already own things. So printing money is never neutral. It is a choice. And the cost is hidden inside every price tag, every grocery bill, every rent payment that quietly climbs while your paycheck stays the same. Here is the deeper truth. You can print money, but you cannot print the things money is supposed to represent. You cannot print food or labor or land or the hours of a skilled surgeon's day. You can only change the numbers on the slips of paper. And when those numbers no longer connect to the underlying reality of goods and services in the world, the slips of paper become meaningless. Every civilization that has tried to print its way out of crisis has discovered this. Not because the math failed them, because the trust did. You live inside an agreement, a silent, ongoing agreement between millions of strangers who have decided, without ever saying so, that these numbers in your account mean something. That agreement is fragile in ordinary times. It becomes visible only when it starts to break. So the next time someone asks why we can't just print more money, you know the real answer. It is not a technical constraint. It is not incompetence. It is something older and stranger than either. It's because money was never really money in the first place. It was always just a promise. And tonight, when you glance at the number in your bank account, you are looking at a promise. One that only exists because millions of strangers still believe in it. The machine could print more, but it cannot print the belief. And without the belief, the machine is just making paper.